Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Leah and you're watching Glamour Gadgets and Gaming by Leah. Now guys, it's time to welcome the 18:9 aspect ratio to the mid-range smartphones. I'm sure some of you guys have already guessed what I've got here in front of me, but still there's no harm in trying and keeping it a secret for now. So guys, this amazing smartphone I have in front of me comes with a 5.93-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 2160 by 1080. This smartphone is currently priced at around 12,000 rupees in India, around £200 in the UK and around $200 in the US. I have left the links in the description box below just in case you want to check it out and get tempted to grab one for yourself. Guys, it's almost too good to miss. As most of you have guessed it, yes guys, I would like to present to you the Huawei Honor 7X Android smartphone. It has it all guys, a premium look and feel, a decent camera, fingerprint sensor, a big display, thin borders, dual camera, etc. There was no hesitancy on my end when the 7X was launched towards the end of 2017. However, as most of you will know from my recent vid on Twitter, I got a little lucky and received one from the unbox therapy. Guys, I honestly feel honoured to have one with Honor 7X in this way, especially as one of those 10 million plus fans and followers could have won. So back to this Huawei Honor 7X, so let's waste no more time guys and get it out the box. So in the box we have a USB cable, a USB power brick, a SIM ejector tool and the very honourable Honor 7X itself. We don't need this anymore. It has a 6-inch 18:9 screen, a metal body, dual cameras. That's ticking some major boxes for a lot of buyers. Here's the Honor 7X review. It is designed and aimed at us average consumers who don't want to splash the cash on elite handsets but still want something premium, good specs and technology without the massive price tag. There is no notch, there are slight bezels but very tiny ones, and once again for around £200 we do not have an argument at all. We can't be complaining. A very good looking phone which comes in many colours including black, blue, gold and flame red. The colour I have opted for is this amazing striking metallic blue. It has an all metal body as you can see, rounded corners. The most exciting and striking feature of the 7X is its very large and impressive stretched out edge-to-edge screen, which we are mostly finding on the higher end flagship smartphones. Dual cameras, a fingerprint sensor, the front facing 8-megapixel camera or the selfie camera, the microphone. Here at the bottom we have the USB charging port, speakers and the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the side we've got the power button and the volume rocker. We also have the SIM card tray on this side here, so you can insert a nano SIM card and a micro SD card for expanded storage. Check out the fingerprint sensor guys. It's here, conveniently located here on the upper end on the rear. That's locked. Fingerprint sensor there. Check this. Tap. And guys, screen unlocked. Very fast and efficient screen unlock. Check out the specs on the screen in front of you, which will be followed by the Antutu benchmark test. We'll also check out some gaming, 1080p videos, the camera and video performance, etc. It's powered by a 1.7 GHz octa-core high silicon Kirin 659 processor and comes with an amazing 4GB of RAM. The phone is packed with 32GB of internal storage that can be expanded up to 256GB via an micro SD card. As far as the cameras are concerned guys, the Honor 7X is packed with a 16-megapixel primary camera on the rear and an 8-megapixel front shooter for selfies. The Honor 7X runs on Android 7.0 and is powered by a very decent 3340 mAh non-removable battery. It measures at 156.50 height, 75.30 width and 7.60 thickness and reasonably weighs at 165 grams. It features a dual SIM card tray, GSM and GSM, and we can either insert 2 nano SIM cards or a nano SIM card and a micro SD card. It supports Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, USB OTG, 3G and 4G. And guys, we have some decent sensors on the phone, which include compass magnetometer, proximity sensor, accelerometer, ambient light sensor and gyroscope. It's much thinner than a lot of the popular phones, and if you're looking for a slimline device, then this is an appealing option. So we have an 8 megapixel front facing camera which takes sharp shots and has a quite wide angle of view, which is very convenient when trying to capture a larger surface area or big groups of people, objects, scenery, etc. So it has a very decent 16 megapixel camera here on the rear, which takes very decent shots with plenty of detail and clarity. Guys, in manual mode you can adjust the colour and the contrast of the pictures. The second lens next to it provides depth information, which allows you to capture photos with shallow depth of field, and similar to the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone X, the Honor 7X also has a portrait mode.
So now I'm just checking out the stabilization on the camera. I'm walking pretty fast, and as you can see, the recording, the footage is quite stable.
So the Honor 7X doesn't have video stabilization. It's limited to recording at 1080p 30 frames per second with no 60 frames per second option. Don't let this be a put off, guys, because the video quality is pretty decent. The portrait mode works well. You can switch to the wide aperture mode when taking a photo of something that isn't a person, for example. You have lots of other modes including light painting, time lapse and slow-mo to play with. Check out the audio on this. Very decent sound. So a bit of Google browsing. Check out the weather, guys. So this is what we have today. We have a bit of a 10 degrees Celsius here in Westminster. Decent bright day today. A bit of YouTube streaming. So a bit of 1080p videos.
I do some dumb things.
Wow.
Let's go. I was born into war, bred into it. Your time's up, you dumb fuck. Well, that's just lazy writing.
I can't go to India. I have a callback.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Leah and you're watching Glamour Gadgets and Gaming by Leah. Right, check out a bit of gaming. So it comes pre-installed with some games. We have Assassin's Creed Unity, we have Dragon Mania, Sonic Runners, Spider-Man, Ultimate Power, etc. And you can also add some more games via this add button here from the Google Play Store. So let's just check out some Asphalt Nitro. Ah! Ah! Spider-Man. Oh, they caught me! The Wi-Fi test. So in the Wi-Fi test, guys, as you can see, we've had a decent download speed of 26.5 megabits per second and an upload speed of 9.50 megabits per second. Moving on to the Antutu benchmark test. Okay guys, so as you can see here in front of you, we have an amazing Antutu benchmark score of 76,991. Guys, this amazing phone also features face unlock. However, you cannot have a face unlock and the fingerprint sensor active at the same time. So currently I'm using the fingerprint sensor, so I haven't got the face unlock activated on it, but you can either use face unlock or the fingerprint sensor separately. Guys, it's very light in weight, premium looking, priced at only £200. It almost feels underpriced. The Honor was the first to bring us the beautiful 18:9 bezel-less display to the mid-range market, and later it was followed by the OnePlus and so on. The 18:9 screen is especially surprising as the Honor 9, which the company launched earlier this year, still has a standard 16:9 display, unlike most of the flagship devices this year, guys. With decent brightness and colour accuracy for a phone at this end of the market, IPS technology ensures that the viewing angles are decent too. No, it doesn't have the same level of contrast as an OLED display, but guys, it's perfectly good for what it is. Don't get me wrong, guys. I am not scoring it higher nor better than the obvious high-end flagship, but we must reiterate, for around £200, what we are getting is more than reasonable. Waterproof. Guys, well, we do expect all new smartphones to be water resistant as standard, as they are with the top flagship and higher end smartphones. Similar to the OnePlus 5T, unfortunately the Honor 7X does not have any kind of water resistance. I guess we've just got to be careful when using this around fluids, in the rain, and of course invest in a good cover maybe to keep it protected. I have left links for some decent covers in the description box below. As I said earlier, we do not have a USB-C, no fast charge, just the standard USB charging. I can live with that. It just means I can keep using the charging cables I've had from my previous non-USB-C handsets. Okay, so it has a micro USB port, whereas the flagships now come with a micro USB-C as standard, so we don't have an NFC, so no Android Pay for mobile payments. So as you know, the Honor 7X was launched with the older Android 7.1 Nougat software rather than the Android 8 Oreo. However, as did OnePlus with its 5T, the Honor has announced that there may be an update soon. Let's be positive. 64GB of storage is generous considering the price. 4GB of RAM more than suffices considering most budget phones come with less. We have a micro SD card slot to expand the storage up to 256GB if required. The phone does exactly what it's built to do. There is no lag when opening and closing apps, including 3D games which play a dream. The camera app is smooth and we have a fingerprint sensor on the rear which is very responsive. We have face recognition and so many other specs and features that we currently find on the high-end smartphones. It's very vibrant, bright, and the colour accuracy for a phone at this end of the market is awesome. Guys, although not an OLED screen, thanks to the IPS screen and technology, Honor has ensured that the viewing angles are pretty decent. In my opinion, the Honor 7X stands alone. It is not competing with the iPhones, the Googles and Samsungs. It is a simple smartphone, yet premium in design, specs and features. Guys, the Honor 7X isn't a flagship competition device, and it does exactly what it's designed to do. The benchmark results show that it isn't far from super fast, but in the real world it's perfectly quick. The Honor does pretty much everything right with the 7X. It looks like a much more expensive phone than it is, has a headphone jack and offers a choice of dual SIM or expandable memory. The 18:9 screen is great to use and almost all the apps work absolutely fine. The battery life is good and the camera's acceptable. The bottom line, guys, that the Honor has put together a decent phone that gives us an amazing 18:9 screen which looks like a flagship quality and far less price than the flagship. That's me done for now, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to comment, share, like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell to notify you of my latest videos and the giveaways. Don't forget to participate in all the giveaways that are currently running on the channel. And for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.